Hey, what's up? This is Delio coming to you another video, and in this video, we're going to talk about some 5 tips that you can use to sell beats online. Of course, it's a big world. There are tons of videos on there, but I just wanted to share my experience with it and how it can help you with yours. If you're thinking about getting started with it, or you were thinking about doing it, you got into it for a little bit, and then you kind of pull back from it and said, "Nah, I'm straight." So I'm going to give you some tips and some experience that I've learned that help you sell beats online. So let's dive right into it. So tip number one, select yourself a platform. Get yourself an account on Airbnb, get you an account on BeatStars, and there's probably other ones out there too as well. But get yourself a platform that'll host your beats. A lot of these are free. Some of these cost about $20 a month, depending on what kind of plan you want to do. If you can't do the payments of $20 a month, or you don't see, or you feel like it's a waste of money, then do the free program. But the key is that it gets you on a place where people can easily access your stuff. And even YouTube, if you want to make YouTube your place where your beats are at, you can do that as well. Upload your beats on there. And don't be so worried about everybody stealing your beats and stuff like that. You don't really have to worry about that if you're starting a YouTube channel from scratch. If you're starting a YouTube channel from scratch, there's probably not too many people looking at it anyway. At that stage, doesn't mean that that can't change, but at least you know that you have a little bit more control than if you're someone who was putting up beats online all the time for a while. So select the platform, get your tracks on there, hook that up. Tip number two, build yourself a catalog. This was something I had to wrestle with for a while because I had a lot of beats that I made over the years, but none of them was solely for the purpose of selling online or selling for other customers. I don't want to put it that way. Like if the right customer came along and I played them for the beat, yeah, we could do something like that. But what's important to have is a selective catalog. Start with 10, get up to like 50 tracks. That's what I was kind of taught, and I learned from studying this thing when I first got back into it, like the umpteenth time. But you got to have a catalog of tracks that are for the sole purpose of selling to someone else. And that's either as a beat lease or as a premium lease or a multiple lease or something like that. But you want to have it dedicated just for that purpose. So when the opportunity comes, you don't have to think about, oh, I want to keep that beat for myself. Oh, no, I want to, you understand what I'm saying? And because that provides sell friction, you want to make the experience for your potential customer to be easy as possible. That's something I'm still working on. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm perfect at it, but I do know that when I'm on my game, I can get beats sold really quickly because I had the beats already rendered in multiple ways and I already have things set up to go, and I didn't have a lot of distractions, and I didn't allow, because I have to be responsible, I didn't allow certain distractions to get in my way of making that process happen. So having a catalog of beats dedicated to that, I'd say minimum 50. And I know that sounds like a lot, so start with 10 and work your way up. And I also want to reiterate that it takes time to build a catalog. You know, people say, oh, you got hundreds of beats on your hard drive, go ahead and do. Nah, like, be okay with building up your catalog one by one, because one beat turns into 10, turns into 20, turns into 50, turns into 100, turns into 200, which creates more opportunities to make sales off of a catalog that you have for the market or for potential people. So always have that ready to go. And if you don't have that ready to go, you can get that ready to go. Know it's a process and it takes time, but if you're consistent with it, you'll have a good catalog that's dedicated for that purpose. And that catalog, I'm telling you, it'll be easier for you to sell beats with a catalog versus you not knowing what you got on your hard drive is what dedicated to what. But you have a place that's dedicated for this, and you have a way to get people to hear it. That's dope. All right, number 3, set your prices. You know, that took a little while for me to comprehend because, you know, I mean, coming from the old school, like, no, you got to get thousands, dog. And I get that, and you should. But you also have to think about the market you're dealing with. What about the kid who's just turned 18 who got a credit card, you know, and you want to make a sale? Here's the thing. I studied the book Atomic Habits, and one of the things about Atomic Habits is that the degree of change, one degree of change means everything. And, you know, and sometimes I feel like in my head, like I look at like other producers who have done really well for themselves, who live full-time, all this, they may kind of look down on selling beats online. So it's like, no, I need to be like them and look down on it too, and not part of the game. Ain't dropping nothing by no track for no $25, $30. Ain't doing leasing no tracks, man. I gotta play. Here I am trying to assume the thinking, the way of thinking of someone who made it when I'm still trying to get myself off the ground. That doesn't make much sense, right? So don't be afraid to sell your prices. Determine what your path is. It's not a mistake if you lease a beat for 25 or 30 bucks. You set the price whatever you wanted to do. I know a lot of people just say, "Just it." I just gave you some figures to try out for yourself, because you know you could try and posture yourself as this all elite super producer. You can be this super producer and nah, man, you gotta drop 10 grand for this track, dog. You know what I'm saying? You see this, I'm about to give me another chain, man. You see this cost 20 grand. You know, they be all like that, and I'm like, all right, you got that. And if I'm trying to be like you and avoid selling the same beat for like 100 times and making the same amount. Anyway, so set your prices. That's tip number 3. Tip number 4, have other platforms ready to go as far as taking payments. So these websites have things that take care of the money and the payment of the card on their own, but some people don't want to even deal with that. They just want to deal with you direct, or make a deal with you on email, off the record, off of the website, away from that. Work with them, because those people who contact you like that in email and reach out to you like that one-on-one are serious customers, and you want to serve them. You want to grow in their customer service. And I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I've done that perfectly, and I'm still working on it. With everything going on with me finishing this album, I have opportunities in my email that I need to catch up on because I'm finishing an album, right? So, you know, be flexible. Have a Cash App ready to go. Have a Venmo ready to go. Have a PayPal ready to go. I know a lot of people like one and hate the other. I don't care. As long as I can do business on all of them, I'm going to do it, you know, and keep it moving, because you got to have a flexibility. This is service. This is sales. So be ready to have those things ready to go. Be ready to use them on your Beat Store or off your Beat Store with email. Work on one direct, phone call, email. I like email because everything's written down. We can look, okay, did I do that? And I can hold myself accountable. If I said, all right, we're going to do it like this. Oh, yeah, I said it right here in this email. I'm going to do that. My bad. Let me go ahead and go and say, highlight it down in that email. And the final thing is to move quick on a sell. And I've said it many times again, I'm not perfect at that, but a quick sell is more likely to happen. Is the more likely to get a sell if you move quickly on it than if you wait weeks to close. So pay attention to that. That's very important. It's going to definitely help you get more sales. And that was tip number 5 right there. Move quick on the sell. Don't waste time on it. Like I said, I'm guilty. I don't move as quick as I should. So I confess my sins to you on the internet as I give them these tips. But I just want you to also know that I'm also a human being on this other side of the screen, and I'm talking to people on the other side of the screen as well. And I just want to encourage you and just show love to the producers out there going to get it. And I just want to share some things that I've learned so far. I'm still learning. I have a long way to go. I'm not making $4,000 a month with the gold chains and the jewelry. No, I'm not like that. But I know there's more I can learn so that I can make my 22 better. But so far, that's what I learned, how I done. That's how I got these beats sold. Oh, bonus tip number 6. Have sales. Buy one, get one free. Buy two, get two free. Try some things. You know, it's easy to do that on BeatStars Pro page. I don't know how it is able to do on other things. And also, you can just enact it yourself. You say, hey, if you buy 2 beats, I'll give you 2 more. That's what happens when you have a catalog of a few hundred. It doesn't matter if you dropping in extra ones, you know, and you provide extra value on the sale on the dollar. And if it's a lease, they're buying a lease. They're not owning it, so you can do it again for somebody else. So think about that. I'm Delio. Make sure you like, comment. Let me know what you think about this type of stuff in the comments below. I'll see you on the next video. I'm out.